Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee. Looks like I am back. I don't have a consistent I'm back schedule yet, but we'll work on that. The liftoff event has started here at the Uplift World, and I wanted to talk about that a bit. I wanted to show you some stuff. I just want to take a look and look at a thing and see how it goes. So first thing is first here. I'm going to share the website, and I've got the link down in the video description there. So it is theuplift.world/sales. Now there's a fancy schmancy video here that I'm pretty sure we should watch. Hopefully the audio works, and here we go. So take a look at this. All right, so there's your overview. That is what it's going to look like. Kind of. The metaverse looks like that, but a lot slower. So now, oh my, a buy land now button. But let's take a look first and see what's going on here. So what is the liftoff event? It is the initial funding sale for sought after worlds, or founding sale for sought after worlds. So the initial Uplift worlds have land and rail plots that are represented by NFTs, and they are being sold, auctioned. Choose between around 13,000 plots with a starting bid of 200 wax P and no transaction or minting fees needed because it's on wax. Yay! So a couple other important things here. Secure plots before the new DAO structure takes off. So the Uplift World is going to be a DAO soon. Before we do that, we're selling a bunch of land. 12% of the new DAO tokens will go to landowners. So that could be you. And DAO tokens will give you voting rights once the DAO is DAOing. And you can find neighboring plots to, make your estate bigger, all of that good stuff. So first off here, Metaverse OG Worlds. Learn more about the land you can buy. Well, yes, please. So starts on April 4th. It has started. Place my bids now. Yes, I will. Genesis. Art galleries, creative representation. I actually have a couple of Genesis plots, and I have to confess I don't use them as much. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous galleries on Genesis. Most of the footage that you saw in the video was from Genesis. So that's where I would go if I wanted to do some more of that. And I still have some that I'm kind of working on. London has some incredible stuff. The Londonly community is working on some stuff there. London is one of the first survival worlds. Maybe it was the first one. It is wonderful. It is a lot of fun. It's a little bit more built than the others. I do have a couple of plots I want to look at there, but Gratitude also has the art vending machine. So it has a big, giant art gallery and kind of amusement park, really. You can ride the rails through the art, and it's a lot of fun. Also has the Coliseum, and Gratitude is one of the more recently open to the public sort of worlds. It is also awesome. They're both survival, Gratitude and London. Phase 2 is going to have Uplift, which is one of the most populated worlds and populated and popular. Borvalis and Swineland will have rail. So and the Borvalos and Swineland is a collaboration with our planet. So that's a little bit different there too. So I'm going to take a look here. I don't have any actual plans for owning land in Gratitude. It's cool, but I kind of want to build up what I already have. And what I already have, I have some stuff in Genesis, but I already looked, I know there are no plots nearby where I am. So I'm going to take a look in London. Place my bids. Let's see how easy this is. Oh, it opened another tab. I'm only sharing a tab, not a whole window. So hang on here. Let's start that again. Try it this way. There we go. All right, so it opened a tab with a map. And I'm looking at this map and like, well, it's a map. And there's some people playing, and that's cool. So world spawn is in the middle, indicated by the planet that's there. Spawn is fairly built up. There are a couple of things to keep in mind when looking for plots. Sand is very valuable. So my expectation is that the desert plots will probably go for an arm and a leg eventually. Thinking about what else is there. I don't remember London having any particularly exciting or unique biomes. I think it was pretty much just London. So the next thing I would do then is go over to where my place is. Now, while you're hovering over the map, it will actually show you coordinates at the bottom. I happen to have a clue about where my place is without necessarily using the coordinates. I'm over here, right in here. So my place is this one, with the colorful stuff going on there. And it looks like there are a couple of places nearby that I could expand to. So there's this place and there's this place. Now, if I were trying to make a decision based on resources, I would probably go for the sand place because it has sand and it's underwater. It's not a complete water plot. It has some land, but it has a lot of sand, and the mine underneath there, I know because I live next door that the mine underneath is pretty good. So I would probably go for this place over the other place, because the place to the left here is also good. Like there's nothing wrong with this place. It's just boring. It has a tree and a pond and a whole bunch of grass. Woo! So, I mean, I have some trees and I have some water. I don't need more of that necessarily. What it does have that I don't already have, obviously, is access to the rail. And that's something to consider as well. The other thing that is out here somewhere, and I can never find it when I want to. I suspect whatever plot it's on is owned, but they're somewhere in this pond, big pond, chunk of water here, there was a floating nether portal. Now, I'm assuming that whatever land that's on is owned, so I probably can't buy it, but it's worth looking. So I'm going to switch to the 3D map here. There's my floating nether portal. It's been claimed. Looks like somebody's built up around it. So I guess that's not an option. Ha ha ha. Oh well, it was worth a try. There was a long time where I would be trying to find my place, and my point of reference was this nether portal floating in the sky. The reason that's important is because on most of the survival maps, the nether portals are primarily in the corners, which is a long way from where I live. Zestra said she bid in London. So, and Northwest London has Podzol. Oh, Podzol. Well, okay. North and west. What is Podzol again? That's the Oh, it's what the shrooms live on. Oh, okay. So that would be worth looking at too, if you want to build mushroom place. Okay, and that's cool. I want to go back to where I was though, because I still want to look at spots here. So now that I've got the 3D thinger up, where was I? Where's my place? Here's my place. So I've got sand and watery whatever's going on down here that I can look at, or I have a closer look at this pretty field. Ooh, it's got blue flowers. That is now tempting. Blue flowers. Can't tell if I'm going to sneeze here. If I do, I apologize. Okay, so blue flowers in a pond or sand. Oh, the sand also has blue flowers. See, now the advantage to having the sand island-y bit here is that I could build my walls out a little bit better because the skeletons like to hide over here and shoot me when I'm at my house doing farming and stuff. So I could build that a little better, and it has that corner of land there, so I could extend a little bit there. I'm gonna go with this one. Also, I like water plots. This one over here I built, the Christmas plot, and it was all water when I started, and I do have a thing for liking water plots, so I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So here we go, water plot. So I'm going to go to the auction, and it logged me in automatically, which is awfully nice. And the starting bid is 200 wax. Now, the thing to keep in mind here, I haven't done up my budget yet. So I'm going to bid on 2 plots of land right now. I'm going to write down the coordinates in my notebook. And one of the next live shows that I'm going to do over the next day or two here is budget. How to budget for the auction when you want everything, but you might actually get everything. Because most people, we bid on things expecting to be outbid. Because the plot that I think I want, somebody else probably wants that too, right? So, but maybe they don't. And if they don't, then I'm stuck with it. So, I'm going to, oh, I have some questions here. Maybe I should address that first. But I'm only going to build on or bid on 2 plots, and I'm going to write down the coordinates of them. So this first one here that's showing up, so back to how did I get here? Let's go back to that. So I clicked on the map, browser map, I clicked on the plot I wanted, and it shows me a bunch of stuff, the coordinates. So I'm going to write that down, 1150, 2700, London. Okay, and I'm going to bid the bare minimum here, which is 200 wax. So I've got that all down for when I start my spreadsheet. Then there's a link there in blue that says go to auction. So that's what I click on to get here to the auction page. And it has the land key, and it logged me in automatically, which is awfully nice. So I'm going to place a bid. It says it ends in 6 days, 20 hours, 58 minutes. So I'm going to at some point also have to set myself a reminder to check on all my auctions. So I'm going to place a bid for 203 wax, because I'm that person. So 203 wax. And I'm going to make that note in my book here, 203. Excellent. And now it shows that I have bid on the plot. And I'm also the currently the highest bid, which is awesome, but I expect somebody will go after it. So let's go back here. London also has flower forests. Ooh, allium flowers. I don't know what to do with allium flowers. That's a good one, but I have no idea which even flowers they are. So let's go back here. The Zestro is asking if it's plains blue flowers or swamp blue flowers. It's plains. It's not a swamp. The swamp is nearby, I believe. Yeah, it is. If I zoom out a little bit, somewhere around here there is an actual swamp, and I know this because I get lost in it. But I don't easily know where. I think it's over here is the swamp. Anytime I try to go in circles, I get lost in the swamp fighting slime, and it's a good time. So, all right, so here I am. I've bid on my plot. So this one has an auction thing. Now, you'll notice the current price still says 200 wax. The map updates every 5 minutes. So keep that in mind when you're bidding for things. So let's take a look here. The coordinates of the center of the Podzol area is 3250, 200. So I'm going to take a look here. Go back to my 2D map and 3250, 200. So that's way over here. So I'm going to go into here. Ooh, interesting. This is not a biome I would have considered or recognized. Cool. Okay, so ooh, that one has mushrooms. No, that one has lava. I was wrong. Lava's okay too. So I'm going to turn my 3D map back on here and see what I can see. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. What have we got here? Oh, there's a quest in CK with some coordinates. I should go check that out one day. I bet it's really cool. Let's see here. And where would I want to go with this? So there's some stuff here that's built and some stuff that's not. That tower looks like an axolotl. And there's some rail. And some, I don't know what's going on here, but it's got a lot of glass. So they're probably wealthy land barons because glass comes from sand and sand is expensive. Now, if I'm looking at options, see, I don't have any land in this kind of a biome yet, and maybe I should. Maybe. What about this area? That has lots of mushrooms, but the 3D map sometimes skews things a little. So where was I looking? Yeah, it bounced. What about what's there? I wonder. Ooh, rivers. Rivers often have clay, and clay is used for making terracotta. And there's also some sand in there. I can see some down there. So that might be my place. Or this is a tough decision because it would be really fun. And I like the idea of having this person as a neighbor, Mr. CK Quest here, because CK is an awesome place. Maybe I want to go up here though. I don't know. Oh gosh. This is much harder than I thought it would be. Okay, so back to the 3D map. So this place has trees, mushrooms, and that lava is not mine because that's cut down trees, so that belongs to somebody else. Okay, a little bit of water. This place has trees and mushrooms and stuff and no water. Okay. I don't know what to do. Oh, it booped me again. This happens. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this place just because it has the water, and I like water, and the possibility of sand and clay and stuff. So this is, I'm going to write this all down again, London, 3200, 200, so 3200, 200, London. Now, I shall go to the auction page again, and it says that nobody else has bid yet. Always a good sign. That means I might actually get it. So I'm going to place a bid for, again, 203 wax. This will make it easy to see my things in a list of bids. And clay will also show you where diamonds are. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. I'll have to look more into that. That's a hot tip from Zestra. And, oh, yeah, the CK quest is totally Russell. And I knew that all along, but, you know, still. Okay, so I've placed my bid. I've written it down in my book here. 203 wax. Okay, so I'm ready to start my spreadsheet next. So that's my next task, is to budget, because I need to know how much I am going to spend on the lands, because what am I actually doing here? So all of that is well and good. So London is amazing and wonderful and fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't really know, honestly, what the sites are in London. I haven't been a London tourist really, so that would be something else over the next couple of days when I'm looking at auction and stuff. If any of you have plots of interest in some of these worlds, please let me know, because I'd be happy to visit them, take a look at the land around them. Now, the other thing to take a look at here that I just thought of, oh, it's not there. Okay, so you can track plot activity. So hang on here. I'll go to maps.theuplift.world. It looks like Old World is unhappy here. If I go to London, though, there it is. So here's the regular map of London. Now, what I'm going to do, out of curiosity, is put up the season points overlays. And what I'm looking for is where the most activity is. And the most activity shows up in various shades of red and pink. So I can zoom in here and I can take a look and I can say, well, here are 3 dark colored plots near here. So the chances of me getting good activity if I went for rail over here would be pretty good. The spawn area gets visited a lot, so that would be a good area to have plots near if anything is available. Then I flip back here. So let's say, yeah, let's look at spawn. So here's spawn, and you can see that there's some stuff built. If I go over here to the auction map and look at spawn again, there isn't actually a lot up there. So for rail, the first option I'd have would be this far out on pretty much either side there. So that's interesting. And then going the other way, it's about the same distance. Now, if I were looking at land, okay, so this is what it looks like when somebody has bid on them. This plot is obviously going to go for a small fortune. I can't afford that, but hands off to the people who can. The auction map changes color when people bid, so that's cool. And that's going to let you know where the hot bids are too. As to what colors it will change, can't tell you. That plot's not for sale. So let's see here. I can go back here to this, and I can see that the rails going north-south appear to be slightly darker of a color than the rails going east-west. So if I were to click on this one, this rail got 24,000-ish points, and this one got only 5,800. So north-south travel, for whatever reason, is a bigger deal than east-west. Don't ask me, I don't know. So if I were going to pick a plot, there are kind of a couple of the areas that I would aim for. This one right next to spawn, so if that's available, would be amazing. So let's take a look here. And it is. That's the one that's going for all the money. Because it is right in between this plot that gets a lot of traffic, this plot that gets a lot of traffic, and spawn, which obviously gets all the traffic. So that would be a place I would think about going. Another area I might be looking at for rail would probably be around here. Now, I don't think that rail was up for ownership. I think it was a few more plots down. So if I look over here, yeah, the first rail is down here. So 2,022.50, which over here is 2,022.50. 2,200, 2,250. Well, actually, that wouldn't be too bad. This one, in terms of trying to get traffic, because the plot next to it had a fair bit, and it's in between some well-traveled areas. If I were going to bid on this piece of rail, though, I would want to build something on it. And if anybody knows me, my amount of time I have for anything is like zilch. So I'm actually going to not bid on that chunk of rail, even though I want to, because I probably don't really have time to build things there. So that's something to keep in mind. If I'm looking for other hotbeds of activity here, I would be seeing down this rail along here and over here, there's stuff. Over here in the desert, there's stuff. Now, and like I said before, those sand plots are going to be valuable. So if I'm taking a look here at what's going on, this place has had a ton of action for reasons. I don't know what those reasons are. This place looks like some sort of a racetrack, and they must have been having races because they've got points. This place has lots of points. So if I were betting on something, I'd probably want to look at like that rail or the one just north of it. So 3,000, 23, 50, and 24. All right, where are we looking here? That was over in the sand place. Okay. Oh, hey. No surprises. Somebody had the exact same thought that I did. This one's already got a bid. And the intersection as well. Intersections are usually hot sellers. Interestingly enough, these places do not have bids yet. And I say interesting because this place, whatever it is, has been getting majorly major points. And in here was a village. So that means that some of the infrastructure is built for you, which is pretty cool. So if I turn my 3D map on again here, I can see that there was at one point a nifty village. Now, what would I be looking for in a village? These are also good questions. There are a couple of houses. It's nice to have a house already built. This place has a farm. That's kind of important because you get vegetables. There's some flowers. Flowers are nice to have. A couple of stands with blocks of wool, more flowers. It has one of these places. I don't know what one of these stone places is, but I mean, it's a thing that happens in villages. And there's a farm and another house. A couple of pumpkins, those are always fun to find, and a deep watery pit. So a couple of deep watery pits, lagoons, which is kind of important. Now, if I were looking at this from a survival perspective and an I want to sell all the sand perspective, I would be looking for a couple of things. I would want something that has either a tree or a place to grow a tree, so some dirt. A little bit of dirt and a lot of sand. And, that's an interesting structure, says Jen the Hammer. So this place looks like it is big and busy, right? We saw that. That would be the other thing is territorial, whatever I think is going to get points. This rail plot we already know has bids. Or no, it's this one that has bids. So this rail plot would be interesting because it has a ton of sand, but it doesn't have any dirt. Not any obvious dirt. If it were me, I would probably go for either this plot that has the hay and the, like, it's got some path, it has some grass, it has a mountain of sand. That would be a good one. Let me boot back to this map here. Oh, and it lost my place again. It likes to do that. Okay, so I was over here. So I would probably be looking at this place because it has water, it has a pile of sand, it has some dirt, it has some hay, or possibly this place. It has a shelter already. It has some dirt, but not too much, and it has a ton of sand. Sand is valuable. The other thing to keep in mind is that this place over here had a lot of activity, and whatever is near it will probably also get some activity. Now let's take a look. Ooh, it's a thing. Okay, so here's a ruined nether portal. That's also going to affect some decisions because they come with treasure chests usually. So if I'm looking closer at this, yeah, there's a treasure chest right there. And all the treasure that's in there belongs to the plot owner, as well as whatever else is around there. So that could be a factor. Yeah. Oh, and this looks like it has some sort of a deep pondy lagoony thing. So yeah, there's a lot to consider there. But in terms of, I was going back to think in terms of traffic, because this plot in the middle there had all of the traffic, this one here. So I would probably be looking for, like, people will be coming from likely two places. They'll be coming from this busy place down here, or they'll be coming from up here somewhere. And if they're coming from up here somewhere, like this place had a lot of activity, I would be very tempted to get a sandy place in here near the village, or up here where there's some sand and some tree and some access to the rail, or maybe even here. So these are just things to consider. But yeah, so the green places are the ones that are highly bid on, green and yellow it looks like, and the you can correlate it with the points earned on various plots in previous seasons from the regular world map. So something else to consider. Now, if I were looking over here, it's actually up here that's getting the activity in the Podzol area. So that's kind of cool. Stuff over here is getting lots of activity. So there's lots to consider when looking for a plot. It's not just as simple as I want that place here, because as anybody who's done the play to earn thing knows, the more points you get, the more you earn. And how are the points decided? Who knows? Some super top secret committee gets in there and decides on the points, and they don't share any information with anybody because nobody should be gaming the system. And it works. So here we are. I'm going to boot back and take a look. Did anybody else bid on my plot? Did they? Somebody else did, or is that mine? Let's see. Nope, just me. Okay, I'm happy with that. But it updated, so now it makes it easier to find, right? I can zoom out and be like, that's mine. It's a different color. And same with up in the north there. I can look and see, oh, it's a different color. So happy bidding to everybody. The auction has begun. I will have lots more stuff. I'll be checking things out, looking at things. I am going to do up a budget, because if anybody else is like me and wanting to get all the land but not wanting to bid on so many places that you end up broke, then it's a good idea to track things. Good morning to Mundo Crypto. See you in the comments there. Welcome. And I also have a Ghetto Crypto. Good morning and welcome. And to Russell and Zestra, who followed along and had a nice conversation, thank you. And the information is greatly appreciated. I always appreciate the information. So yeah, hang in there, and I have lots planned for other live shows. I'm hoping to do every morning at sort of like, I don't know, between 9 and 11-ish. And then when I get super excited and also have free time, I would want to do more. So keep your eyes open. I'll post it beforehand in all the usual places. And as usual, all the live shows are available after for your viewing pleasure. So feel free to catch up. If anybody has any questions, you can always ask in the comments, or you can send me messages, or you can ask in the chat in the Uplift Discord. Feel free to share this widely all over the Twitter. I'm going to be doing a show on how to do this for completely new people. Hopefully it will be easy enough to understand that my mom could waltz in here and pick up a plot and know what she's doing. That's my goal. And Anybody who is new to the Wax blockchain should also have a better understanding of how easy it is to do the thing. Anybody who wants to get in on the metaverse, absolutely. If you need a new marketing platform for your business, this is a great one because it's fun. If you're looking for a community, if you're lonely, this is a great place to be. And I'm also going to do a short show on the possibilities of how to integrate the metaverse into various professions that people might have. So challenge me and give me your profession, and we'll see what we can come up with. And it might end up being quite challenging, but we'll see. So have a happy Monday. I will see you all tomorrow, and enjoy the auction and get your bids on. Bye.